We thought Kuma was the bad guy. And he was the best guy all along. Okay, let's do this. Chapter 1098, Bonney's birth. Okay. Reader request. Brooke busting out a solo using an electric eel. Using an electric eel to power his guitar. Incredible. I didn't finish the art in time Oda. Oh yeah, I think I saw this. I think like the chapter isn't actually complete. I saw something like that. I'm sure, you know, the schedule is just a bit rough. I'm sure it's gonna be fine. Sure, it's nothing to worry about. Alright. Revolutionary Army HQ, Baltigo. Requesting aid, the rebellion in Toomey in the South Blue is overmatched. Should I know what Toomey is? I don't think I do. We can go, our ship's already loaded with injured from the Goa Kingdom. Don't even think of it, you've been pushing yourself too hard ever since then. Huh? He's huge! Who's that? Where'd he come from? Wait, hold on. Let me just real quick open up the One Piece timeline again. I need a reminder. Go... Wait. Am I dumb? Goa Kingdom. That's 12 years ago. Why is the... Okay. Let's keep going. That's right. It seems a celestial dragon had an eye on her and she was taken on a government ship. To be that celestial dragon's Oh god. Oh no. She was taken by a celestial dragon to be their wife? What? Okay. 3 years of war have paid off at last, and it's all thanks to the Revolutionary Army. Our unit was wiped out by a surprise attack. Is the Revs again. The Revs. It's the Revs. Such a badass name. Not the Revolutionaries, not the Army, it's the Revs. The Revolutionary Army are true heroes of the people. I'm so sorry. It's me, Dragon. I'm tired, I'll take a ship home. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading, but my brain is already fried. So Ginny has been captured by a celestial dragon. And Bonney has been chased by the world government. No shot. Oda leaves a lot for a wicked imagination with celestial dragons. I kinda... like, my only complaint with the celestial dragons, and I've said this before as well, is that they are comically evil. You know, like, what was the dude? I don't remember what the dude was. The one that was actually good in the Reverie. Like, the celestial dragon that was actually good. The rest of them are comically evil. I want them to be somewhat ambiguous, because right now it's just like, they have a bingo of evil acts, and it's just like the bingo every single time. They're just hitting the bingo of evil acts every single chapter they appear in. It's ridiculous. Okay. Ginny, a captain of the Revolutionary Army, was abducted and made into a celestial dragon's wife. Roughly 2 years later. We're here, Bonney. Kuma, come quick. It's from Ginny. I'm back, Kuma-chi. Back to the lower world. So, lower world, I guess my conspiracy theories were wrong. Lower world is just, like, down from Marie-Joie, I assume. I got 6C. Oh my god, I called it! I said this was a flashback. They didn't want me anymore, they dumped me off. Lucky me. I hate this. I really wish I could see you all, but this is me saying goodbye. What are you saying, Ginny? I thought I'd never see you again. Where are you? I'll be there at once. I'm sorry, Kuma-chi. I'm dying. It won't be long now. I appreciate your concern, but don't come looking for me. Okay, you know what? If you told me this was Oda's artistic interpretation of, like, leaving the pencil marks to like, display just, like, pure misery and grief, I'd say sure. I think not completing this chapter actually gives it a lot of personality. Like, straight up. Like, this scene right here is me right now. Dragon, big bro, watch over Kuma-chi. He's too kind for his own good. Move it, there's only one place she'd come back to. Okay, and he just bopped. I'll always, always love you. She is but her face and body, all of her skin, turns blue and his heart is stone. After it has been exposed to natural light, she said. Okay. Normally I would be, just like I said with Roger, I think the fact that Roger died to a disease is just maximizing emotional damage because he was this legendary figure. He wasn't like wiped out by a battle or anything. He just died to a sickness. And for me, that is like the ultimate form of human weakness. No matter how strong you are, no matter what you have, no matter what you do, a disease can take out all of us because we are just walking meat bags. You know? That was my form of maximizing emotional damage. Now, though, we have the white lid disease, and we have this, and we have Roger's disease. That is one too many diseases to be a coincidence. Let's keep going. I wonder what happened to her. Let's get married, Kumachi. Oh no. I'll make you happy. No. She crossed the sea by day to ensure her baby lived, in case anything happened to herself. Somehow, she made it here safely. Don't worry, Ginny. I'll raise your daughter. So he is raising the daughter of a celestial dragon, of the woman he loved. She was taken away from him and died a lonely, miserable death. Oda, my man. Oda, my man. The cross. Is that just supposed to be a sun? Have we seen this cross before? I don't think we have. Some saying he left without listening to her admitting her love to him. Oh my god, yes. Yeah, he popped off before. I hate this. I hate this. Yeah, this is what I meant, right? Because I was like, Goa Kingdom, wait, hold on. Goa Kingdom is 12 years ago, so Bonney is actually a kid. So after months of going in circles, like when she popped out of the whirlpool and was a kid, and we were like, why the hell is she a kid in a whirlpool where her power should be turned off? We were right the second we saw her. Months after going in circles of theories, every single one of those theories was completely wrong, and we had it right from the start. Bonney is actually 12. Is it safe to say that Kuma has like the worst flashback ever? It's not even close. Has this poor man seen happiness even once? This is ridiculous. Kuma's an emotional punching bag? Gross. Like, I thought Robin and Law were bad. Like, I'm sorry, they were kids, right? But Kuma's flashback is just unrelenting. It's just like at every opportunity he sees the smallest bit of joy, it's just ripped away from him. Like, his only memories of he's like sitting right there and he just remembers, I'm so happy. Oh my god. So Bonney seeing his memories must have been like, wait, you're not even my real dad and you cared for me this much. I think that's what it is, right? This is beyond twisted. This is like, I swear to God, if her dad is Saturn. I swear to God, if her dad is Saturn, I will lose my mind. Okay, I've collected myself, let's keep going. This panel of Kuma just sit and his face being completely blacked out in front of the graves. Oh no. The bottle's at the wrong angle. You're drowning poor Bonney in milk. Here, let me do it. Oh my god. She's a champion drinker. She's got Ginny's appetite. Not enough. Why the hell is the text so big? Eight circle symbol. We had seen it on Kozuki clan symbol, a flag of alabaster, Skypea symbol, and now in Big Cross in Church of One Piece. Look it up. Okay, so 100%. Every single one of them are praying to Joy Boy without even knowing it. So I guess that's what it is. Because this is clearly a church for Joy Boy. Right? Or for Nika, I guess, not Joy Boy. For Nika. Because I'm just thinking about circles. I remember there was, that's one thing I remember talking about spiky bits on, like, Doflamingo's flag. Doflamingo's flag, I'm pretty sure had spiky bits in the same configuration. I think he had, like, 8 of them. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so it's in the same configuration, same circles, same markings, just not circles, but like wispy, spiky bits. Saturn is associated with sapphires, blue gems. What the hell? Hey, yo. Saturn, sapphires? Oh god, it is, isn't it? The blue sapphire, the Neelam stone, is ruled by Lord Saturn. Oh my god. Okay, fine. Let's finish the chapter. let's just keep going. Oh my god. Oh, and now they're interspersing Kuma being the best dad ever with him fighting wars. Like, look at this. He's like feeding her, everything's super wholesome, then we smash cut to him in a war. We cut to them like washing, and then we cut another smash cut to war. Oh my god. Wait a minute. So Sabo knew Bonney in the Reverie because they literally know each other? They literally know each other. No? Okay. I mean, they're basically in the same place. Well, I guess no, because he wouldn't bring Bonney there, right? I hate this chapter. I really, really hate this chapter. Okay. What are you doing, man? Why shutter all the windows in the church? Shut the door? Hodo? Hodo? Oh no, look below her eye, a blue stone. When you go into sunlight, let's take you out for a test. It's not white lead disease. I'm sorry I don't recognize this one. It's gotta be Saturn. The sun symbols we saw are not the same. I mean, it's the sun. It's talking about lions and griffins are European. But I do agree that I would have probably retconned that meaning in all sun symbols now. You do have a point, right? That it's just a circle with 8 things. But, you know, even if you retcon it and it's a similar symbol, I think narratively it makes sense. Especially, like, with the Kozuki clan, right? You're quitting the revolutionaries. Bonney's got the same disease. Yes. I don't know what to do, but I want to be there with... And also, look at this. Like, the fact that in these times, we still see through Kuma's glasses, and his eyes are just like... It's a drawing, right? So obviously you can't quite capture the emotional spectrum you could with a real human. But I think I'm not alone in saying that his eyes look like hollow. He's just like, I don't know what to do, but I want to be there with her. And we actually see them through the glasses. Very well, live without regrets. Okay, Levi, calm down. Dragon thinks he's Levi. We'll ask every doctor in the world that we can. I appreciate that, Dragon. Do you think the disease is from the Celestial Dragon? That's why they wear spacesuits when they go outside? Honestly, a lot of things are lining up that they do seem kinda sus. At the same time, the good one we saw wasn't wearing the suit and he was fine. I am more so wondering whether the disease might be a byproduct of, like, their immortality or something like that, you know? Like, it's another kiss curse thing. Like, you can't have this power without giving something up. And that is potentially, like, forever, like, tainting your bloodline or something like that. I don't know. So that's usually how these things go, right? Because clearly writing in these diseases is not an accident. 7 years ago, Bonney, age 5. Run away, don't get eaten by the vampire? Get lost and don't get found, stupid brats. Okay. Well, Bonney's a mega chad. You're a vampire who can't come out into the light. Take this cross. So how does this get solved in the future? How does that work? This is a church, idiot. She's a menace. She's an absolute menace. Please just don't go outside. Even the doorways make me nervous. You're such a chicken, Daddy. I'm just kidding with them. Well, don't do it, even as a joke. I won't. I don't want to make you sad. It's a disease, I can't help it. What, your jewels? Yikes. They're just jealous because it makes you look so beautiful. Oh my god. Okay. You know how I said that Buggy, like, just... When we got the Buggy and Shanks moment, he just slingshot up to my favorite characters immediately. Kuma? Robber? Chopper, Robin? You gotta watch out. You gotta watch out. God damn. Kuma is the most tragic, the most likable, and such a... Oh my god. Oh, someone's cooking. Okay. I think Emu is the father. You can go out in the daytime, and in the night it will be case of Marie Joie is your home that you can't leave because it's very high. There will be always at some light. Emu's the only one that we could not see outside in the day or moonlight. I like that. I like that. Because we talked about this, right? With Emu right away, right? Imagine being a king of everything and not even being able to leave like your room, right? And then having this little igloo of like flowers and stuff. So why the hell are you the king of the world if you can't even enjoy your kingdom? Why do you have to hide in this little zoo, you know? If it's that, I like it. But the thing with Emu is that we don't know enough about Emu for me to really have any emotional attachment to it being Emu. Whereas if it is Saturn, then right away I'm like, goddamn. You become hated by the sea. It's not a stretch that there's a power that makes you the enemy of the sun. The enemy of the sun would be something very interesting because Luffy is supposed to be, well, the dawn, the sun, right? The sun that illuminates the darkness. So, the enemies of Joy Boy may be cursed with a disease that makes them the enemy of the light itself. Might be a little bit too on the nose, though. Bonney for Straw Hat. I think Bonney will absolutely be an ally. I don't think she's going to be a Straw Hat. I think the last Straw Hat will be Vivi. But I think Bonney will absolutely be a strong ally, just like Law was. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Oh my god! After you're cured, Bonney, if we went on a trip, where would you want to go? Do you know about Sky Islands? That's right, I saw it in a book. Maybe Nika will be there since it's so close to the sun. I bet you'd be excited about that, Dad. Can we please stop? The sky would be a huge adventure. Maybe we'll do that once you turn 20. Why 20? Oh! And where was your 19th going to be? Fishman Island. I know we heard that phrase somewhere. That's why I'm sad. Because we've heard it many times in a very, very dark and twisted context. The first time we heard it, it was when he was about to kill us. Oh my god, Kuma, god damn it. I'm just thinking back. This recontextualizes like literally everything. Okay. I'm afraid that what your daughter has is an incurable disease known as Sapphire Scales. You know what it is? Please not so loud. Sapphire Scales. I've only heard of a few cases. Scales! Dragon scales! Celestial dragons! Hey, yo! First time we heard it... You stud locked me. Oh my god, you're right. Oh my god, you're right. It was Perona. A pink-haired girl. Returning to what I just said. Scales. Scales is a dragon. I've said this many times before. Why the hell are celestial dragons called celestial dragons if there is no reason to be called dragons? Scales. Are we going full Game of Thrones? Do we have the Doom of Valyria? Maybe. Maybe. I've only heard of a few cases in recent memory. All kinds of natural light, sunlight, moonlight cause the stone to spread. But even if you block the cause entirely, it will eventually spread over time. I'm going to be brutally honest with you, sir. Your daughter has 5 years to live at best. She won't see her 10th birthday. And there is no known cure yet. Well, we know she's fine. We know she's fine. What's Perona's bear's name? Kuma. What the hell? What the hell? Wait, no shit. What the hell? It's a bear by basically the same name, held by a pink-haired girl. Why is this a thing? What the hell does it mean? Kumachi just means teddy bear? That makes more sense. If it's wordplay, then I will. Okay, that's fine. If it's just cheeky wordplay in Japanese, that makes a lot more sense. Because otherwise, this is, I don't even know what this is. Okay, let me finish the chapter. This chapter has had me stun-locked more than I think even the Yamato chapter didn't have me this stun-locked. Let's keep going. It can be she's been so healthy. Is there really no way to stop the disease? Bo! Bonney, I thought you were asleep. I heard that. What about age 10? Age 10, what do you mean? I heard you say age 10. Wait, are you crying? Is it about me? Oh, age 10, yes, at age 10. Would you believe that doctor? He told me that you won't get better until you reach age 10. It seems so far away, I was feeling a little down about it. So I'm gonna be better when I'm 10? And then I can go around the world with you? Oh no, what did I do? Oh my god. You'll be better when you're 10. What have I done? Okay. 1 year later, the nightmare returned to Sorbet Kingdom. Kumachi, you have to help. King Bekari is gone, and done it again. That's 16 years ago all over. He's gonna burn everyone he thinks is weighing the country down. He's inhuman, I tell you. They're slaughtering folks in the streets. And that's the... oh my god. Okay, current line of thinking. This, by the way, this right here, her getting happy, so I'm gonna be better when I'm 10, and then I can go around the world with you. Oh no, what did I do? Like, if you genuinely told me that the reason why this freaking chapter isn't finished is because Oda was like, oh my god, I cooked too hard, man, I can't finish this, I would not be surprised at all. This is like the darkest stuff he has written in a long time. I have so many like Sapphire Scales and her actually being super young at this point. There are so many questions that are brought up. My immediate thought is that somehow Kuma like expels the disease and takes it on himself, which is why he agreed to be tested on by Vegapunk. I don't think it makes sense, because like if he could do it, then he would have done it immediately, right? If he could expel the blue scale disease, why would he be waiting right now? He would have done it immediately. But at the same time, how the hell else does it make sense? Is it just that Vegapunk somehow cures it? I don't know. Yes, exactly. Precisely. I'm of the mind that Kuma took the disease from Bonney and Vegapunk is cutting off the stones of him and replacing it with cybernetics. Precisely. That's exactly what I think it is. Bonney said earlier in the art that she's been to Egghead before. Yes, we even got flashbacks of that. Yes. I think so. I think that's what it is. So Kuma quite literally gave his life piece by piece for Bonney. Who, by the way, again, is not even his biological daughter. That's how much of a Giga Chad he is. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT! Dragon is the biggest fraud of the series. Luffy would have raided Marie Joie, Garp would have. We need to have this conversation. Luffy is the protagonist who is actually kind of dumb and is always saved by people like Kuma, by the way. And Garp is dead, potentially. Dragon is not a fraud at all. Dragon is trying to free the world. Yeah, it's bad, but she's one person. Why the hell would he raid anything over one person when he has an entire army working to free the world? What? This is not Luffy. Luffy's dumb. Luffy's the GOAT, but he's also dumb. Like, yeah, I want Dragon to go and save Ginny, of course I do. But there's a reason why he still hasn't done anything. You know? Dragon's cooking. Luffy has nothing to lose. Dragon has a revolution to take care of. He's looking at the big picture. Exactly. Is there anyone who actually thinks the dragon should have gone to save Ginny? Like, for real? There's a reason why it's called the Revolutionary Army. They didn't even take part in Marineford. And Marineford was like, there's a reason why I made an entire theory about them showing up in Marineford to send the message to the world that they will liberate it. But they weren't even there. Like, if they wanted to make an appearance and really hammer home the message of, like, listen, we're in charge now, they would have showed up in Marineford alongside Whitebeard. But they didn't. They've had many times to do big things. Lose a majority of his army and save one person, or lose one person and save his army seems way choice to me when I'm not the MC. Exactly. Which, by the way, another thing we've talked about before. Imagine if the reason why Dragon is called the worst criminal on the planet is not even because he's strong, is not even because he's a mega chat, is not even because he's done anything super bad, it's just because he's cooking really, really hard. You know? Like, he is dangerous because they literally can't catch him. He's dangerous because of what he implies. Luffy could be baited out by anyone being yoinked. Like, if you wanted to bait out Luffy, you would just yoink one of his crewmates and Luffy would come charging in. Because that's what Luffy does. And that's fine. That's not what Dragon does, though. And I think that's perfectly fine. I think it makes perfect sense. Why would Dragon put Ginny's life all over over all the people in the world we've already enslaved? He has a specific mission to free the world. Unlike Luffy, people hating on Dragon are kinda immature. They're not kinda immature, they're very immature. Saying the Dragon should have gone to save Ginny, like, again, it is a separation of... He should have gone to save her. But he shouldn't have, you know? I want him to go save Ginny because Ginny seems cool. And I want Dragon to be a Mega Chad. But he shouldn't have gone to save her because she's just one person. And frankly, she's not important to what they're doing at all. You know? They couldn't have been sure where she was. Going after her might have resulted in her death. There are about a dozen different things that could have gone wrong. I think it's perfectly fine. Remember what I said before the stream. I'm gonna keep making this noise. I know it's gonna be very, very loud on stream. Remember what I said before the stream. You know how we have got a lot of parallels between Luffy and Kuma, right? Like, Kuma is the hands of liberation. Luffy is Joy Boy, you know, the god of liberation, right? Imagine if chapter 1100 is Kuma arriving on Egghead, and instead of this being Sabaody, it becomes Logtown. And when Kuma is going to be executed for one last time, just like, potentially, Dragon saved Luffy in Logtown, Dragon saves Kuma from execution. Because I do think Dragon will appear in chapter 1100. I'm 100% on board with this theory. It makes no sense, but the revolutionaries are finally doing something. So yes, Dragon will make an appearance in chapter 1100. Dragon saving Kuma from execution just like he did Luffy? It's not going to be Luffy. It's going to be Bonney. In chapter 1100, he's going to prove all of you wrong. He's going to arrive on Egghead and save Bonney. I'm just too emotional because I don't think Oda would have gone that far with Ginny. I agree with you 100%. I never would have expected... Like, Oda does some messed up things. But taking Ginny and forcing her to become a Celestial Dragon's wife? That is beyond messed up. I did not expect something like this at all. So I absolutely agree with you. Ginny was a great character. The fact that Oda introduced a character and effectively killed her off like 2 chapters later, and we are here debating how great of a character she was, speaks volumes to how effectively their story was told. That is something that is only possible with a world as big and rich as One Piece. The fact that from like 3 panels of her saying that she is very happy about finally being full, I am stun-locked. It's insane to me. Oda treating Kuma like guts. I hate how true that is. Like, in my Berserk read-along series, I've said this as well, right? You know how usually when series try to do emotional damage, they, like, do peaks and valleys, right? That's what One Piece does all the time. There's a happy moment, suddenly you get blasted with a flashback, it's misery nonstop, and then we resolve on a high note, right? That's what One Piece does all the time. With Guts, the story just keeps going down and down and down and down and down, and then you get like one bit of happiness, and then it's just completely subverted, and it keeps going down and down and down. It's just, it never gets happy, right? That is Kuma. Like, ever since this flashback started, our boy has gotten like one small lowercase dub, and it just keeps getting worse. If you could take a vacation, where would you go? If Kuma was no longer in there, and his only personality that was left was the one question he wanted to ask his daughter, literally the only part of Kuma that was left was just the seemingly nonsensical question of, if you wanted to take a vacation, where would you go? The hands of liberation. I could send you anywhere. Which, by the way, I think that is what also cuts really, really hard. The fact that Kuma could technically send her anywhere. They could go anywhere together instantly. But they can't. Like, Kuma, not Kuma, but Bonney is literally chained to the church. Which, another thing, the fact that she is chained to the church of Nika is another kind of like, I see what you're doing, Oda. I see what you're doing. Just so we're all on the same page, I hate this chapter. I hate this chapter a lot. Kuma happy moments, he was full from eating once. The happiest memory, I got to eat food once. Oh yeah, I guess Bonney technically didn't see Gear 5. Because Luffy was already gone, not gone, but down by the time she actually caught up with them. Bonney asked once Luffy about his bounty poster, and that's it. I wonder if she maybe realized he's Nika, either thanks to Vegapunk or by recognizing Luffy's drums. Yeah, I think conveniently, she's always been somewhere else. Not even when he fought Lucci. I think when she was when he was fighting Lucci, wasn't she chilling in the memories? I think she was wandering around in the paths. I think this is my favorite chapter of this year. I think so. This is the most potent emotional damage Oda has probably ever delivered. Oh, she was supposed to die at 10, but she was 10 at Sabaody? She's definitely not dead. But now I actually want to go back and like check how her timeline fits. Has the wiki been updated for this chapter? It has. So currently she is 12 after the time. She's a literal 12-year-old. She's a literal 12-year-old. Incredible. Yeah, that's interesting. If devil fruits are the power of imagination, Bonney might have imagined a future where she is not sick. I don't like that. That seems like making a extremely soft magic system where, like, what are you going to tell me that every sick child in the universe of One Piece hasn't wanted to be free and, like, you know, happy? I don't like the implication of that. Non-biological family is a big part of the series. Exactly. Yeah. That's by the way, so many people are always, this is why we've talked about this a lot. Like, who is Luffy's mom? I don't care. He's already got a mom. He's actually got two moms, by the way. He's got the Dawn, and he's got, Makino. He's already got two moms. Why does he need another one? Who cares? You know? God damn it, Kuma. And now, like, what makes me the most curious is, like, first of all, again, my blood ran cold when you escaped. That's number one. That line from post-war just keeps haunting me because it makes no sense. Obviously, what Dragon's gonna do with this? What is Vegapunk gonna do with this? What is Luffy gonna do with this? There are about 100 different questions here. What is Kuma going to do with this? That is the million-dollar question. I still don't know how much sentience Kuma has. I think the safest bet is that, like, he has been, like, triggered his retrieval mechanism, if you will. I think that's what it is. That's like the only thing that really makes sense right now. And also, like, I keep saying this. We keep focusing on these small bits. Keep in mind that either Katarina or Lafitte is still somewhere around here. We know there's a Blackbeard ship docking on the island as we speak. They are here. That's number one. Number two, the big robot's eyes are glowing. The big robot is waking up. There are still two huge things, two Chekhov's guns, if you will, that have not been fired. So I don't know. Very good point. If he had a trigger to watch the Sunny for the time skip, so probably. Yes, very good point. Because, like, his only task... Oh my god, I brought up this meme last time as well, but, like, Kuma's story is literally, if you don't know, like, when you know and when you don't know, you know, is the freaking uncanny meme. Oh my god. Kuma is the absolute GOAT. And we didn't even know it. We thought Kuma was the bad guy. And he was the best guy all along. I'm really, really interested in Bonney's story now. I wonder what her role is going to be in this entire thing. Because she has a personal vendetta with them. A very, very personal vendetta that we do not have with any other character. No one else has personal beef with the Celestials. The water level has risen by 1 meter all around the world. And I don't know how much we should think about the global catastrophe that might potentially be unfolding. I'm not sure. I think the convergence point still has to be Elbaf. Imagine if Saturn throws a "I am your father" to Bonney as a Star Wars reference. If Saturn is her dad, I'm gonna mauled. Government succeeded in wiping out the Buccaneers by making Kuma an android. Technically, yeah. Technically, yeah. I want to look into the gems thing. What's up with the gems? Stars, yeah. Planets and gems. What the hell is this nonsense? Makes no sense. Birthstone ruling planet. What? Pearl so none of these really line up with anything we know. Do I think that Roger might be a son of a celestial dragon? No, I do not. I don't think Roger's disease has anything to do with this. I've got no idea what to take from this, like blue scales thing. Sapphire disease. I don't know. Because it's like, it's not just a disease, it's a named disease, right? And the fact that it plays a huge part in Bonney's story as well, and it's not just Kuma, like, giving himself up to save her, but it's something very specific. It feels like there might be more to it. Because like I said, my immediate thought with Roger is just like, it is the ultimate form of conveying powerlessness. In the face of a disease where it doesn't matter who you are. But with Bonney, it's just so much more specific. So, I don't know. I've read that the yokai that Saturn is theorized to be is known to deliver diseases. Is that what we looked at, like the weird demonic creatures? Yeah, right. We looked at these. Isn't delivering diseases and like just bringing plague to the world in a lot of forms, isn't that like kind of extremely common with these things? Because I think a lot of these things like are derived from some sort of like, you know, your farmland is suddenly infested with something. I feel like it's a relatively common concept. If it's not something super specific, I wouldn't really read into it that much, you know? Because, like, bringing plague to the world and bringing, like, any sort of things like that, it's like, that's just, like, the usual thing of evil spirits. Just bringing unfortune. So I wouldn't really read into that much. I'll give this chapter a rating. And I'll run through it really quickly. This chapter's rating is oh no out of 10. Okay, no. Honestly, I think I might do it. I think I might just give this chapter a perfect 10 out of 10. This chapter just does not miss. I don't see a single thing in this chapter that I don't like. Maybe the celestial dragons are comically evil, but that fits in the world. They've always been comically evil. This is what I want. This is what I want. This is the type of stuff I want in One Piece. Destroy me emotionally. Can you imagine how sweet it's going to feel when we return to the present day and we defeat them? Can you imagine how sweet that's going to feel? I'm just trying to think back to like every single thing the dragon has said, which is not a lot of things. But I'm trying to potentially glean information about some regrets he might have had at some point. I don't think I remember anything like that, though, unfortunately. You need to become more active in the One Piece community and do some collabs and discussions with other One Piece YouTubers. That'd be awesome. I'm always down. Like, scheduling is just a big deal, right? If someone wants to chat with me, most of the time I'll be fine. But scheduling is a nightmare. Because, like, most people are from the US or, like, Australia or something ridiculous, you know? I'm in the middle of all time zones. I don't want to, like, read into this too much. Like, not finishing one chapter, I don't think it's that big of a deal. So much of this is, like, moving the big picture along. A lot of this might still be, like, Oda just planning it out, you know? Because this is, like, these chapters are so dense. And keep in mind that, like One Piece, you must follow a very strict timeline in order to make things make sense. The two makes there got me stunlocked. So Oda, I think he genuinely just needs to go back and slot in things like Bonnie's age so that this whole thing even adds up. Because if Bonney is suddenly a kid, and then you're like, wait, hold on, so she wasn't around then, but Kuma was doing things then, so this doesn't make sense. Like, there's just a lot of planning that needs to go into this, even before he draws anything. So, I wouldn't be too worried about this. Thank you for joining me today. This was, like I said, probably my favorite chapter of the year, and I think that's even with... That was this year, right? No, that was last year, I think. We got a chapter of Robin learning that Saul D. Goodman is still alive. And I think this chapter was even better than that. Which is, like, impossible for me, you know? I have no theories. Zero theories whatsoever. We'll see what happens in a couple of weeks. We have a break next week. I'll still be back to do a whole bunch of things throughout the week. But yeah. Anyway, I'll see you back soon, TM. Have a good one. Bye-bye.